Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? The purpose of these readings is really to try to bring my experience as a spiritual coach into my readings to be able to help you create the life of your dreams. So we're talking about the healing, we're talking about the belief systems, and we're kind of diving deep into the metaphysical and the psychological aspects of this stuff. So that isn't for you. This might not be, the reading for you. As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, which we'll jump into in just a second. I have the tarot deck that will be shuffled, that's already shuffled, that we'll be jumping into, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. The extended reading is going to be messages from your higher self, finished off with an affirmation card from Spirit. So all of the information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Furthermore, these are general readings. They will not resonate fully for everyone, so remember to take what resonates and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. If this isn't your reading, just move on to the next one. All right, Capricorn, in your recent past, you have what do you need to release with the Nine of Swords. Your recent past was a lot of stress and anxiety and worry and doubt and fear. And I feel like it's almost like you felt maybe a little bit lost, or you're really wanting things to change in some way, shape, or form, but it doesn't, like in your recent past, it made it look like it didn't look like they were going to change. In some way. I don't know what that way is. I feel like your recent past, especially with this what do you need to release card, was bringing to the surface a lot of those fears, doubts, and insecurities that keep you from creating the life of your dreams, because do remember that 95% of your movements, choices, and decisions stem from your subconscious. Only 5% of the way that you interact with your reality is conscious. And so sometimes we have these fears and these doubts and these insecurities that block us from being able to consciously create the life of our dreams. Because consciously we might be saying, I want a relationships that is reciprocal and healthy and with the perfect person for me. But then subconsciously we might be saying I'm undeserving, or love never lasts, or love only hurts, there's no upside, or whatever the case is. And those beliefs are going to be a result of what we've experienced, right? Our experience is going to be internalized as our outlook, and however we view our reality is going to be the reality that we experience. And so sometimes the universe brings to the surface a lot of that subconscious energy so that we don't have to, so that we no longer use it to create that continued experience. In your current energy, you have take time to breathe out with the Knight of Pentacles. I do feel like you're in this energy of like pause. Things aren't really progressing, but yet they are. With the Knight of Pentacles, they are progressing slowly but surely. Remember, it's as above, so below, as within, so without. So sometimes we're actually creating our reality when we're doing the inner work, when we're working on our belief system, when we're working through fear and anxiety, and we're doing the healing. Even though we don't necessarily see physical changes in our reality yet, they are absolutely still happening. So I feel like that's what's going on in your current energy, is like whether or not you realize it, you are kind of in an energy of setting yourself up for whatever it is that you're wanting to create or manifest or do, whatever it could be. Now, in your immediate future, you have a time to give rather than take with the Five of Wands. This is probably one of the biggest spiritual messages that I often bring through in my spiritual coaching, is remembering that when you're creating the life that you want, or you're focusing on trying to creating a specific situation that you want, you are going to be met with resistance. And that resistance is going to try to make you believe your limiting beliefs. So that resistance is going to look like, it can sometimes look like failure, or it can look like obstacles that seem like there's absolutely no solution. It can look like, financial struggles. It can look like whatever it is that is going to make you believe that the worst is happening, that your limiting beliefs are reality. But the more that we work through that resistance, the more that we start to align with whatever it is that we want to create. So in any creation process and any manifestation process, there is going to be resistance. And that resistance that we're met with is actually a gift from the universe, helping us essentially like level up, or shift our belief system, or shift our perspective, or whatever the case is, so that we can align with whatever it is we're wanting to create. So when you're facing resistance, which I feel like you have been, and that's never going to stop. So I don't want you to look at your immediate future and be like, oh, great, more resistance. It's never going to stop. The resistance never lessens, but your faith gets stronger. And so I feel like that's what you're going to start to realize more and more in your immediate future. But let's start, Capricorn, by looking at your recent past, clarifying what do you need to release with the 9 of Swords. This is for Capricorn's recent past. Recent past for Capricorn. One more. This is for Capricorn's recent past. Five of Pentacles. Okay. So you were in a place of loss in your recent past. The Hermit, the Five of Pentacles. But that's what's interesting, is this is all leading you to an opportunity that's meant for you. Because with the Nine of Wands here, whatever was lost was actually a blockage to what it is you're wanting to create. The Hermit is interesting in this because it's almost like it's shining a light on the Nine of Swords. This loss is shining a light on the Nine of Swords. Whatever loss you are going through, a lack, it doesn't need to necessarily be loss. It could also be lack, like feeling like you don't have what it is that you need or want, is bringing to the surface limiting beliefs. Because again, your beliefs are going to be the root of your reality. And so I do feel like this loss and this lack that you were experiencing was actually bringing to the surface those nine of Swords. Those limiting, like, not just limiting beliefs, so it's more than that. It's like insecurities, doubts, fears that all kind of stem from limiting beliefs, but can come up in different ways. And so this loss, whether or not you're able to see it yet, was actually very purposeful. And it's actually trying to help you, I was going to say help you manifest with the Magician. It's trying to help you create. Because there's the Magician and the Chariot on the back of the deck. It's helping move things forward. Recent past for Capricorn. Recent past for Capricorn. Recent past for Capricorn. Ace of Cups. High Priestess in reverse. Moon in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. So right now, in your recent past, yeah, because there's that Nine of Swords on the back of the deck. You're experiencing, or we're experiencing, looking at your reality through the lens of your emotions. We have to remember that our emotions are not truth. They are not insight into what our reality really is. They are insight into what it is that we feel and how our brain is perceiving the situation at hand, so they can be insight into healing. And you've got to have emotions to heal, and emotions are, part of being alive. But the mistake that we can often make is believing them, because I do feel like your recent past was very emotional, and I feel like that those emotions caused you to see things through the lens of that Nine of Swords. So you were looking at your reality through the lens of that worst case scenario. I'm never going to be happy again. I'm going to be alone forever. I'm going to end up homeless because I don't have the money I need. I'm always going to be miserable, whatever it is. Like, you were feeling afraid or feeling sad or feeling however you were feeling, and you were absolutely justified in those feelings. But those feelings then became your perception in your recent past, and it caused you to not see things clearly. It caused you to not see things through the lens of truth and through the lens of faith. And the more that I posted this on my Instagram today, how it's on my Instagram story. I think it was I don't remember. I think it was Gabby Bernstein that I reposted it from, but it was a post that said, my happiness is a direct correlation or result of my faith in the universe, or something like that. And that's absolutely true. The level of happiness that we experience in this world is going to be directly correlated to the belief that the universe has our back and is helping us create the life of our dreams, even if we don't understand how, because we are experiencing loss and lack. Because a lot of times that loss and that lack can be perceived as us losing our chance at happiness, when in reality that loss and lack is actually just that resistance. that we're talking about. And so I do feel like there was quite a bit of emotion in your recent past, but I feel like the biggest thing to remember is that your feelings, although you're justified in feeling absolutely, however you do, you don't have to believe those. You don't have to believe that your emotions or your thoughts even are telling you what your reality is. You can choose to believe what you want to believe about your reality, and those beliefs will become what is true. Recent past for Capricorn. But I do feel like, we do have to go through experiencing our fears sometimes to be able to release and reframe them. Yeah, so there's the moon, and there's the Five of Swords in reverse. So this Five of Swords in reverse is the need to realize that, like, the universe isn't out to get you. Sometimes it can really feel like that, and I know that from experience. Sometimes it can feel like the universe is taking away from us what was our happiness, or is not opening doors for us, or not providing us with what it is that we want and deserve, when in reality the universe has been trying to do that all along. The universe is always trying to lead you closer and closer to what it is that you deserve. We are the only ones that get in our own way, and we get in our own way because of those limiting beliefs that we have. So for instance, if we want to pursue, this is just an example, but if we want to pursue a passion as our career, but we don't see how there's any way we're going to make money doing that, we stick to our 9 to 5 that doesn't really serve us because we're too afraid to take the leap in the faith in the universe to pursue that route. And so that's just an example. Sometimes it's, fear of leaving a relationship that doesn't serve us because we don't believe that we are deserving of one that does, or that the relationship that we're ultimately deserving of is even, possible out there. We believe that the person who is providing us with bare minimum love is going to be the only person that's ever going to love us. And so the belief, though subconscious, it does affect our reality. And so in your recent past, I do believe you were seeing things through the lens of that fear. And that fear was really, really, your fear can be really, really believable. It can be very, very manipulative and making you think that the worst is happening, or that the best is behind you, or that you've messed things up forever, whatever the case is. And those are never truths. They will be truths if that's what you believe, though, because your beliefs are the root of your results. But let's shift gears. You have take time to breathe out with the Knight of Pentacles. This is current energy for Capricorn. Current energy for Capricorn, please. Current energy for Capricorn. There's that Eight of Swords. So this is those limiting beliefs, and the way that it's kind of looks, it's like she's like trapped, right? Those limiting beliefs can trap you in a prison of your own making, but it's the prison of the making of your subconscious making, making. So oftentimes we don't really know how we're keeping ourselves trapped. Like, I've seen a couple of people comment something along the lines of like, oh, I don't have a choice because I don't have the finances. You do have a choice. There are solutions out there, but you have to be open to them. If you believe you don't have a choice, if you believe you don't have an option, if you believe there are no solutions, then you are going to stay exactly where you are right now. If you can start to try to open yourself up to the solutions and the beliefs that the universe has in store for you, the more the universe will start to appear and show you signs to lead you towards those solutions. And so I do feel like that's kind of what's happening in your current energy. Is it's almost like you're kind of being forced in a way by the universe to embrace the unknown. Like, the more that you feel afraid, but you lean on the faith of the universe in those times of feeling afraid, the stronger that faith is going to get, and the closer you're going to get to what it is that you want to attract. And trust me, those limiting beliefs can be some really believable, painful experiences. So I'm not trying to downplay what it is you're going through, but I do, especially with the point of these readings, and what I really want to come through is that you have so much more power than you think you do. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it, because it can look as if the power over us is outside of us. It can look as if it's outside of us in other people, in a job, in a financial situation. It can always look and appear as if it's outside of us, but you have more power within than anything outside of you has power over you. So understand that you are more powerful than you think you are, but you have to be the one to believe it. And if this is something that is resonating with you, this at the end of this week is the first session of the summer workshop series, all about stepping fully into your power, taking your power back. The link's in the description box below. But I mention this because when you can start to realize your power and start to understand that you have more power than you have given yourself credit for your entire life, right? Because you're kind of born into certain beliefs that are placed on you, right? And so if you've never been told how powerful you are and you've never experienced how powerful you are, you're never going to know how powerful you are. So when you start to understand that you are very powerful and you have more power over, and that doesn't mean like powerful in like a you have power over other people kind of way, or like you have, you're always going to know exactly what happens. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is that you have power over yourself and you have power over the reality that you experience. And the more that you recognize that, the more that you can start to tap into it and start to create the reality that aligns with the belief that if you look at your life and you say, okay, if it was impossible for me to fail, what would I do? If it were impossible for me to not get what it is that I want and deserve in this life, what would I do? What would my path look like? What steps would I take? Because when you can start to lean on that, you do start to open the door for miracles. Current energy for Capricorn. Current energy for Capricorn, please. Six of Wands in reverse, Two of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse. Okay. These are some hard truths here, Capricorn, but I feel like they can help you in a lot of ways. Your life is an imbalance, is at an imbalance. You have given more than you've received, or you feel like you've constantly gotten the short end of the stick, or you feel like you're always screwed over, or I don't know, whatever the case is. So you've experienced so much of this that you've internalized that this is what reality is for you. And the way that you've internalized that has then created this lack of hope that things will ever get better. And that lack of hope that things will ever get better has kept you exactly where you are. And it's not your fault. Your trauma is not your fault. The things that you have experienced in this world that have made you believe the way that you believe about your reality, that's not your fault. However, if you want your reality to change, it has to be your responsibility to address those limiting beliefs, look at how they're affecting your reality, and do something about it. Change them in some way, shape, or form. And though I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, it's easy, right? Like these limiting beliefs that you have affirmed them for lifetimes, possibly, so it's not easy to address them, but if you do want your life to change, you've got to do that subconscious inner healing work, because it is the only way to change your reality. Again, as above, so below, as within, so without. What your inner environment looks like is going to be what your external environment looks like. So the more you can do the healing, the more that things will change. All right. Current energy for Capricorn. Current energy for Capricorn, please. The Empress with the Devil. Ooh, okay. So what else? What is this? Okay. Clarifying more of this. I know that Devil is Capricorn energy, but it's talking about more. Clarifying this message. Two of Wands in reverse. High Priestess in reverse. All right, Capricorn, here's the thing. You have an attachment right now to an outcome that doesn't align with your higher self. It could be a relationship, a job. But that attachment is because you don't think that anything better could take place. So there's a part of you that's saying things have to go this way or else I'm not going to be happy. Could be a relationship working out. It could be something from your past coming back. There's something here that doesn't align with you that's keeping you from what does. This Devil is in your way. And that attachment probably, no, it does. It definitely does. That because if you look at the way it's like your limiting beliefs create a lack of hope, which created this attachment. Your limiting beliefs created a lack of hope that nothing better will ever come along, which keeps you attached to an outcome that isn't in alignment with you. Because that outcome is the best you ever think it can get. But it can get so much better than whatever this devil is. Let's look at your immediate future. Immediate future for Capricorn, clarifying a time to give rather than take with the 5 of Wands. Immediate future for Capricorn, clarifying a time to give rather than take with the 5 of Wands. Immediate future for Capricorn. The Empress in reverse, the 2 of Swords, and the Sun in reverse. Okay. Your immediate future is kind of about like being at a crossroads. And it feels like that crossroads, it's like choosing this. You have the Sun in reverse, the Empress in reverse, and then this 2 of Wands. It's like choosing this path that aligns with you, because then you have the Fool in reverse with a new beginning. Choosing a path that aligns with you, or choosing this path that isn't you putting yourself first or choosing yourself, and one that doesn't actually make you all that happy. It doesn't make you feel fulfilled. Maybe it makes you feel safe, or it makes you feel hopeful, but it doesn't make you feel fulfilled. So yeah, there's a crossroads here. Choosing what aligns with you, or choosing to continue to invest in situations that don't make you feel good or make you feel aligned. It's like choosing this devil or choosing yourself. Ooh, that's a big one, Capricorn. Immediate future for Capricorn. Immediate future for Capricorn. Immediate future for Capricorn, please. Capricorn, you need to complete this cycle. Because your soul is drained. Your soul is drained from this devil. It's something that really burns you out. It's something that really, maybe once upon a time it made you feel really good, but it doesn't anymore. And it's time to choose yourself. It's time to choose yourself over this attachment. This attachment, though, it stems from your limiting beliefs in some way, shape, or form. So what that could look like is limiting belief. The relationship that I deserve is never going to find me, which has led to this lack of hope that things are going to ever get better, which has led to this, I must make this relationship that doesn't make me feel good work out. Because if this doesn't work out, then I'll be alone forever. And it's almost like this cycle in between letting your limiting beliefs create your decisions. And you've got to break that cycle because your soul is tired of it. Your soul is tired of feeling the way that it does. And because you have a time to give rather than to take, it's time for you to start investing in yourself instead of in the resistance. Because the resistance to your abundance will often look like situations that can make you go, well, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but maybe it's as good as it gets. If you're not living the life of your dreams, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Immediate future for Capricorn. Immediate future for Capricorn. Look at that. If you get into alignment, if you choose this path that aligns with you, look at how much that wheel turns in your favor. You have this wheel of fortune here. It's like if you choose, because you're at this crossroads, like choosing the path that you're burnt out from, Your soul's tired of it, or choosing something new. And that new path, it feels new. It feels like a new path. That new path turns the wheel in your favor. Choose the new path. It's like this pretty big decision you're having to face here, Capricorn. All right, we are going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to jump into messages from your higher self. And then I have that affirmation card to pull at the end. This is the last week to sign up and register for the summer workshop series, talking all about taking your power back, stepping into your power, creating the life of your dreams. The link to the announcement video I made is in the top of this description box. And all of the information on it is in that description box. So if that's something that you're like, ooh, what is that? Go watch that video or look at the description box because it's all laid out what that's going to be about. I'm going to be in it as a participant, not as the person who is putting it on, not as the presenter. I'm really excited. I know there's going to be a lot of messages for me in there for me. I know there will be a lot of messages in there for anyone who's willing to be open to them. So the information for that is in the description box below. As always, Capricorn, thank you so much for your support of my channel. And I wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Capricorn.